priority pick for him, but you can't take the Karma in the situation. I think it's too much risk. They go for the Jace.
I like this one, but I also like the fact that Lucian is still up, so we might finally get to see a WRL team play Lucian, because I personally like that matchup into Jace. There we go. I would love to see this flex to follow the Jace pick.
Love that. Follow the Jace, because Jace can go multiple.
There we go.
areas,
Now it's
so
going to follow
it is.
Jace.
So now you've got Lucian, Ziggs, the damage master, leading the way in that last game, just always tossing the bombs. What is the answer here for Furious game?
I think it'll be interesting to see how Neon does in that matchup in the mid lane, because in the previous game, you know, it's his first game really with Nova coming in as a sub, and had a pretty decent performance like Corky in the first game. And that's some sort of aggression. That's crazy aggression.
Well, this is something that we did see yesterday in the RRQ matchup, where they played the Zed count pick. They played the Zed to really just counter the Lucian in the side lanes as the game goes on. But the thing now is, I would love to see if Nova can flex this Lucian pick to the top lane to follow the Jace and pick up something else in the mid lane. I want to see the depths of their diversity here.
That's what I figured. Galio get locked on it. It's like, all right, you know what? You want to go ahead and pick some beef with your assassins? We can pick some beef too. Maybe
Galio has the ultimate as well, so you know, if Zed or Alistar jumps in, you just use the Galio ultimate, use the grand entrance. It kind of works as like a defense circle around you, so you can play a little bit safer. But I think with like a Ziggs and a Lucian, these are two very well, Ziggs is very immobile, and Lucian doesn't really have that much range, so it allows Alistar and Zed to kind of jump on top of them as well at the same time.
They have to ban the Camille here, I think, on the side of Furious. You just get blown up on side lanes if Camille Galio is open against Zed Jace. I'm not sure what other options they have for the jungle pick, because Java is starting to look like a worse option. I don't know what else Echo can pull out here that isn't a direct challenge towards Long.
All right, Riven and Morgana, our first two bans here, as Nova set to make another ban. Again, they could go with the jungle pool here.
Oh my, wait, this might be a Akali angle. That would be really cool as well. That's one of his highest win rate champions in the WRL. I don't think he's lost many games in that one, and it's a pretty good matchup with the Jace as well.
I think the nice thing that Nova are doing as well is they're banning out the AP champions in the second ban phase. You already have the Jace, you already have the Zed, you need some source of AP damage on the side of Furious, but where does it come from? Morgana's banned, Karma's banned, Ziggs is already picked, which is the most played champion for Remake as well in that dual lane, so most likely to be seeing Lucian either in the mid lane or even in the top lane.
I don't like these bans. I'm going to be very real with you here. If you Jace top, why are you banning away Renekton? You need to be banning Akali, you need to be banning Camille. Okay, well, they're just going to go with Garen. Okay. What do I know?
Spin for him, baby.
Yeah, just a power pick, right? You can't really go wrong with that. You just tank Jace. It's a sword versus shield matchup and issuing a challenge, because Jace is a champion that you need to get leads on. This thing, if you don't get a lead, Garen's just going to scale up, be a beefy boy, and there's really nothing you can do.
All right, final turn here by Furious Gaming. Go with the Orianna. So there is some of your AP that you were talking about earlier. Still waiting on one more here, specifically in jungle.
What's it gonna be? I can't think of a good pick right now. What do you think, Squid? Anything good here for the jungle?
I mean, could it even be like maybe they can flex as a Jace into the jungle? We have seen it before. I mean, it's very unlikely, but a jungle pick, you know,
maybe a Rengar angle here actually would be good.
Time.
But I don't think they play
it. Down. Jax. All right, so Jax, the ticking time bomb that can be farming on up. And you know, one thing that with Furious Gaming here in these specific picks, they picked Zed, Alistar very fast back to back. They took the whole time here with the Orianna and Jax on both these picks, and now Nova get to sit back and have the pick of the litter.
The interesting part now at Furious Gaming's comp is that they have quite a lot of late game. They have the Jax for the late game, the Orianna for the late game. I feel like they can't really play as aggressive as they did in game number one, because if you play as aggressive against a Lucian, against a Galio, now a Fiora as well in the jungle, you do not win them early game fights. I think Furious Game definitely going to look towards the middle and late game.
A lot of pressure going to be on the Jace to see what Libra can do in early stages. Not going to be helping his team this time around. Going to be wanting to play for himself. On the other side, Envy, they got a lot of scaling options as well. The wave clear, the range, the dive. Both team comp looking very solid to me.
If you're Furious Gaming, you're striking mid to late game, what do you think of them?
Well, mid to late game, it's really all how you side lane with Zed and with the Jax. It's going to require a lot of finesse, and then we have the Galio outswing the tables.
Had some good moments. We had some concerns as well.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing for Furious Gaming is this is a composition that needs to get out of the early game with...
Oh my goodness. What's going on? Furious Gaming running down Nova in the mid lane, but somehow Nova walk out.
That could have been it. That could have been it, Grandin. All that I'm talking about, Furious Gaming needing some kind of early gold. They walk into the early gold. And I do not know how, but they do not find those kills.
How can this happen, TJ?
I literally think somebody wasn't auto-attacking. That was, like, weird. They should have had those kills.
There were 5 from Furious moving into that brush.
I want a replay of it. It's kind of tragic. Furious Gaming don't get those kills, and so here's what I'm worried about. They have all these late game carries. You're talking about Jace, you're talking about Jax, you're talking about Zed, you're talking about Orianna. Literally their whole team. And all those carries depend on having a certain amount of gold, otherwise they will flat lose. And I don't know how they get to that point of the game where they have that amount of gold, typically second or third item, depending on which character we're talking about, without being several thousand gold behind Nova. Because as we have seen already in game number 1, the thing Nova does is blow out the map when it's in an even state.
Absolutely, and I have to say the ways to get there are honestly just so interesting. The fact that they have this Garen now, being able to run them down, put pressure in a bad spot, pressure with no summoners. You see what happens here against the Garen.
Yeah, this is the WRL special.
Garen mid,
Garen mid.
Garen mid, Garen support.
Garen everywhere, but also
everywhere.
Garen into Zed.
Yes.
They go, okay, it's a Zed, that's really scary if we're lightweight. What if we were heavyweight?
That is so true. It's actually one of the biggest pickups against Zed.
Yep. So, it'll be played in the middle against pressure. And as you can see, pressure, especially during these early levels, just can't do anything about it. There's just no way for him to get any kind of traction.
Well, look what happens here. It's being able to put him down low. Pressure's still looking for his level 4, finally finds it, but you're going to have to recall as that happens as well. Nova with a coordinated effort to recall right now as well.
Oh, stop him.
Yeah! And
Iza.
why this is impactful, because Iza is going to be able to clear the wave, shove it in,
Yeah, that's like 20 gold right there.
make pressure lose some gold, and more importantly, EXP.
Because this turret's going to kill those minions. This is a fundamental of playing competitive Wild Rift. That turret killed
Absolutely.
those minions. And so pressure just got less gold.
And we need to see pressure get ahead.
And I want to flag something else here as well, which is psychic damage.
I told you, TJ, Long imposed psychic damage. He dealt out psychic damage to them last game.
Can we get a psychic damage meter?
A damage dealt chart for
yeah.
psychic damage.
I want a line graph.
And if you're wondering what psychic damage is, it's damage done to your psyche.
And it's from 1 to 9,000.
I feel like the joke they're trying to make here, TJ.
It's over 9,000!
I know what the joke is trying to make here, TJ, but I'm sorry, it's not happening here. Long moves his way up to the top side, jumping over onto Libra Nien. In a precarious position, flashes in aggressively, hops up for a grand challenge from Long, but he was this close to dying.
Nian slides to the other side of it and just delivers his piercing light, finds an easy pick. Here's pressure rotating up. What are you going to do against Galio in this lane?
We saw for a moment that he's chasing aft pressure, but the signs in the end it's not something worthwhile. Not going to fight for that. And Remake somehow single-handedly holding 2 players at bay.
This is what Ziggs does. This is why even after the Ziggs nerfs, you play Ziggs in lane. Because you can just put him in a side lane while the support runs the map. While Yami plays in the top lane and helps Nian win his lane. Yami's all the way up here. Remake's doing just fine.
And of course, we build up so much with the WRL, but we need to see Furious Gaming step up as well. We want to see good performance of them moving into their futures matches as well.
Yeah, Furious Gaming, I think, have already shown a pretty good performance, I think. All things considered, their initial show against Nova Esports, they demonstrated that they have tremendous mechanical skill on this team. They've demonstrated that they understand how to play through pressure. I think the metrics to improve on for Furious Gaming are, I want to see a little bit more understanding of how to get gold on the map and better play. With playing against, like, the best team in the world at that. So,
Yeah.
there's no shame in struggling to maintain a gold lead against Nova Esports.
And we think about the context of the competition as it stands right now. This double elimination format, Furious Gaming,
They'll have another shot.
they'll have another shot, but it will be on a high-tension situation. And tenacity is busted, TJ. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Long coming in on the side.
Willing to make a play Despite now we
Wow.
see the counter-strike come through, Long still looking to chase after, get a little bit more damage on the exit. Yami joining in with the heroic entrance.
You know, game number one, Nova Esports kind of gave ground, and they were like, we'll win the late game. Don't worry about it. This time round, there's a little bit of fresh in their step. You see
tell
that?
you what, TJ?
Uh-huh.
The WRL teams, they're done waiting around. Now they want to dictate the pace of the game.
Yami in a little bit of trouble as Furious Gang start this Ocean Drake. It'll reset. Nova have plenty of time to get in
My
here.
goodness, look at what happens here from Furious Gaming. They
Wow.
managed to find execute over onto Yami with the execution
Pressure?
damage out from Prussia, but one more on attack necessary to get that done. Jumps back to the shadow and will run away with the kill.
Wow! That was really well played by Prussia.
Absolutely.
The thing that really impressed me was at the very end of that combo, he takes a step back, slides out of the defensive taunt from Yami, punishes him afterwards, knows exactly how long he can do that and still shift back to his shadow. Really, really remarkably good dead play.
Right over to Nova, but Rift Town over the Furious Game.
Ooh. An even trade to open things up, and a bit more than an even trade for Furious Gaming because they did get the kill. Unfortunately, of course, they are behind in gold.
There is that first turret as well towards the top side. Something that Yen has been working towards.
Yeah, Nova Esports will enter on the opposite side of the map, though. And you can see them shoving in the mid lane as well, which means that, yes, again, the net goal gain goes to Nova. Oh,
Left
Joel
alone
alone.
to his own devices, but he's gets to
Oh.
walk away.
Who is that? Is that Long just getting out of lane?
Man needs to pick up his Divine Sunder.
Your buddy's
He
been
has
jumped
him
on.
waiting for him, TJ. He's got to go back to base.
Your buddy's being jumped on. And he's like, hey,
But Divine Sunder,
I've got
TJ.
items to build up. You know what? Now that you point at Divine Sunder, I get it.
Exactly. You see where I'm coming from, right?
I think Jesus sees where this is coming from.
Through towards the top end. Long is nearby this time around, and it does look like he will be committed to making a difference now. But a good amount of damage on the
He's
Garen in a bit spot of
He's
trouble.
not that big.
Long will be in here to try and make it out lane. Starts to move in over onto the Jax. Pops the repulse a little bit too early. The counter-strike will not be able to come across now. Trying to execute over by the back. They're coming in with the flank from the river. Hit the ultimate, the shockwave onto Remake. But the flank continues in the mid lane instead. It's the calling onto Libra.
Really?
Get
Oh,
up
they're still
damage
going.
down, but the rest of the team comes in. And they chase after Lucian, but Yen gets out.
Some really good mechanics for Echo in that fight, yet again proving what we've been saying all game, all series, all tournament. You cannot count out these LATAM teams in just raw team fights, in just raw mechanics. Furious Gaming demonstrating like toe-to-toe in this fight.
Really solid team fighting.
And you know, Pressure actually used to play a different mobile esport broadcast where he was one of the kind of he's on one of the middle of the pack teams in LATAM called Assassin's Crew, and he played under the tag Fran. So if anyone in the audience recognizes that. And his whole thing there was he was going to go as hard and as aggressive as possible on these like various very passive mid lane mages. Because there wasn't really an equivalent to Zed in that game. And so I'm so happy to see him now on Zed, a character he's clearly always dreamed of playing. And doing much better now that he's got a team kind of built around him.
He looks like a fish water, you know, performing well here, putting out damage.
There's another one.
You see how he picks up the kill there? Solid combo with the rest of the team.
And you see the team letting him get that kill. Doubly important. This is a team built by Prussia around Prussia. When he's about to finish a kill, everyone backs away, make sure he gets the final hit.
Rift Herald used in the mid lane. Nova Esports looking for a re-entry angle, but a little bit difficult without hard control.
I don't know if it gets a charge.
They need the Galio
Wow.
in here. Denies the Rift Herald in the mid lane.
Nova Esports rotating very aggressively and spending cooldowns. You see them spending cooldowns, taking damage in order to step forward there so that they have control of the summoning point of Rift Herald. This is a mistake that you see a lot of times when teams play Asian rosters for the very first time. If you're coming out from the West, you're used to being able to summon the Rift Herald. It's basically guaranteed to get a hit. A team like Nova will burn it down every time if you do not defend its summon.
Absolutely.
You have to have control. Furious Gaming, pretty sure it'll get a charge, and then 5 players come into the bush, instantly rotating in, making sure they have control, spending cooldowns to do so, and burn down the Rift Herald.
They had spells to get it done, but not willing to commit for Rift Herald to get his charge. That being said, though, second Rift Herald coming its way pretty soon.
Furious Gaming having another swing at things with full control of the Rift Herald as we speak, full control of this major objective in the early game. And the Dragon's a little staggered. I don't know if you noticed that. It's a couple steps
Right.
behind. So we're going to get a fight over this Rift Herald.
Start to move in. Libra this time around on bottom side of the map is looking to pick up the first target for Furious Gaming here.
Pressure's kind of vibing. Ooh.
Not
That
too
didn't
much to
do very much damage.
Not too much to yet.
I really thought there was something I didn't understand about how much damage he was going to be able to do there, but no. Here's the Rift Herald.
It's for the psychic damage. And seems to be the same case here, Furious Gaming. Want to try and take down the Rift Herald and come through. That's going to be the shockwave, but still Nova Esports deliver the Rift Herald to the turret in time.
And the difference there, you can see how Nova spend, for instance, the Mega Bomb to zone, the way they fend on the front side.
Nice little pickup here over the Prussia Living Shadow Wall getting away, but Yan chases the relentless pursuit. One more that gets it done. Going, he gets time for Yami to jump in. And that gets Nova Esports the kill and to get out.
Neon understands the assignment, says this entire game revolves around Prussia. He had made a mistake. Not only do I know that, but I'm going to dedicate all of my cooldowns to punching this. Dashing aggressively, spending the relentless pursuit to dash over the wall and threaten the Living Shadow shift back. Punish that kill. Very, very well played. The complete understanding of how to get out of there safely as well.
He's walking nearby. We see the rest of his team now in position to support this. Remake does not have any crowd control, so it's difficult to hold Echo in place.
Yeah, kind of ridiculous that he gets away with that, but yeah, Jax.
Jax thinks against a team of hard crowd control.
You know,
That is a solid strategy.
it's Galio, but Jax.
Sure.
Libra.
Interesting position here. Remake uses his flash. I think he actually flashed the wrong side.
They're burning the dragon. Furious Gaming already started the Drake.
You have to see it as Nen is up to the top side. He's not able to join the fight. Nova don't want him in for it, not for a Cloud Drake at least.
So Cloud Drake over to Furious Gaming, no fight. I think good call by Nova. They kind of lost positioning there, and Furious Gaming were absolutely willing to fight. So kind of did the, oh, all right, buddy. All right, you can have the Cloud Drake. I didn't even want Cloud Drake anyway.
Yeah. But I do want Infernal Drake.
Absolutely.
And the Elder Infernal Drake, especially.
And that is what is going to be on the dock next.
And while we did see some early aggressive moves from Nova Esports, it's still only a 5-kill game.
And remember, we were talking about Furious Gaming as a team that wanted to last to the mid-late game with a decent amount of goal under the belt. We're nearing the 15-minute mark, which is where I kind of defined the middle game. And they're only 3,000 goal behind, 4,000 goal behind. That is not bad. That is better than we expected for Furious Gaming. They are going to have a swing, you know? They're going to have an at-bat here.
Frankly, the 3,000-4,000 gold lead, you could still win a lot of fights given good position, and this might be it, as they are starting to chase after Remake. Unfortunately, that means they do get isolated. Kapasiba gets too far forward, caught out of position. Libra going down, and you had to say it, TJ. Look what happens.
Yeah, I jinxed it. That was a very unfortunate team fight. And Prussia trying to fish something out because he knows that might be their game that just ended right there. That was their at-bat. That was their swing for a perfect team fight. And Remake baits them perfectly. Excellent movement, satchel charges away from the action. The rest of his team collapsed to back him up. You have to know for Nova that that vital pick isn't left alone.
Losing patience and trying to force an engage a little too early now. Nova Esports a little divided between the Baron as well as Prussia. Need to finish one, all the other Remake goes down for now, and Nova Esports forced to back away from the Baron. Furious Gaming with the defense.
Yet again, incredible mechanics on that Zed for Prussia. He is dancing all over the fight, forces his stasis out from Remake. Oh.
Again, coming in, auto attack to secure the kill. It needs it with the flash of the wall.
He almost made
finish
it.
The kill.
That Living Shadow right at the edge of the redemption. He would have made it.
He would have.
Very narrowly not able to get out in time. Katsuba just a few steps away from getting the CC that would have saved him. Just really good play by Prussia. And it does continue to keep Furious Gaming in this game. The other thing that needs to happen at this point is they need to get fights where Sother and Libra are able to get sustained damage out.
And one of the things I want to highlight as well, it's not just the mechanical ability to play the champion, to play the Zed, but it's also this ability to understand.
It's the cerebral ability.
Yes, how to get into a fight, where the angles to try and flank from.
I mean, that fight where he combos onto Remake forces all of Remake's cooldowns, including the stasis, and then goes, okay, I'm gonna dip over the wall, and Echo can finish this kill, and I know Echo can get back out as well.
Yes.
Like, just really good team play by Furious Gaming. This is the thing that WL teams are so good at, and it's not like there's like a stereotype of, oh, you know, they're just really good at mechanically, and that means that they don't have the same like brain for the game or understanding of tactics. But team fights are tactics. Team fights are a thousand decisions.
Just like micro mechanics, right? He's in a really good spot here. Will take down pressure. Unfortunately, too tanky to deal with. Reaching a critical point with this Garen Nova Esports taking on the mid lane for Furious Gaming.
I would say one decision you could stop making is fighting Garen.
Flash throw of Yami committed for the fight onto Sata, but unfortunately won't be able to get that done down towards the bottom end. Libra is also dealing with the end. Long looking for a fight of his own as well. Kaposiba, unfortunately, won't be able to lock anyone down for long enough.
I'm just really impressed by a lot of the mechanics. Okay.
You know what happens here. Niencio has his flash towards the other side, looking for the piercing light. Relentless pierce shoot away, but still, Libra with the kill.
A lot of these individual fights are just clean on both sides.
Held onto his flash too. He knew he had it. Oh, look at what happens
Shockwave.
here in the mid lane. Isa is so very tanky. He's still alive.
Burning.
On the turret,
Burning.
picks up with
He
the
lives.
honey fruit and heals up through the ignite. Oh my goodness.
He is immortal at this point. This is peak Garen gaming.
He is immortal.
Yeah.
My goodness.
He was burning for such a long time, and the natural Garen regen helping him out there, I think.
I mean, what happens here at this point, honestly?
Well, I talk a lot about skin for tanks, right?
Yes.
And we obviously always talk about damage scaling, but HP scaling is a very real thing in this game. If you're a tank and you get meaningfully ahead, it becomes just almost impossible to kill you.
Nice pick up over on the Echo. Silence means he doesn't get to use Counter-Strike, not jump away.
And so it's so hard to get past Yami, it's so hard to get past Iza in these fights.
Elder Inferno Drake now started up here by a long strike to force Furious
is
Gaming
game.
to move into the pit.
Pressure needs side angle, needs to access Remake or Neon. Those are the two kills he can get.
If you can take one of them down, you have a chance. These finds, but it's going to be difficult, especially the front line they have. The Mega Inferno Bomb starts to chunk out Echo. The smite is so far away. Pressure starts to walk into the pit, but he gets exhausted, goes to the back end, but he moves in onto Iza. Iza will have
Pressure
flashback
lives.
into the pit, but Pressure still lives. Unfortunately for them, Nova Esports do as well. They pick up, they go back into
they
the
do
pit and
Dragon?
are looking to finish off the Dragon, but it's difficult
can't
to do
do
so.
Dragon.
They do not want to commit. Sata chases after. Have you seen an Oriana this aggressive, TJ?
Not when they're this good. Incredible play by Furious Gaming. Really well, like right on the edge of their mechanics in that team fight. Using such good team play to stop the very intelligent punishes from Nova Esports. For instance, he's flashing over the wall to chase Pressure after he expends all his cooldowns, standing on him, spinning. How does he get out of that? Well, his team backs him up, saves him from the instant kill, gets Pressure out, and then does enough damage over the wall that the rest of Nova Esports have to reset on this Turtle Drake. Now, however, it's time for round 2, and they're all on vision. That ward in the pixel brush, spotting them out.
A clear reset and re-entry into this fight.
So here we go, 5v5, very likely for the game.
Long a little further away, but he's picked up the blue buff, so never gonna worry about running out of mana.
Furious Gaming starting to get loud on the stage. Look for a pick.
Iza is gonna be first contact. I'm saying Yami with a big
Dude,
over to the back.
sure.
You have to worry about this. Pressure jumps away, but he's still gonna go down, but he picks up a heal in time, so he gets out for now. Still chasing after Echo in the back line. He's gonna be able to take them down low and narrowly survives.
Furious
Goes
Gaming!
down by Libra, and Furious Gaming will take 3 down to side Nova Esports.
Had a late game competition, and no, I think, have waited too long. They let Furious Gaming get to a late game 5v5, and they just paid the price.
Teleports back and Pressure's on the Dragon as a Coca-Cola pop-off.
Check this out. One of the coolest team fights I've ever seen. And it comes from the WOL. A massive engage with the backline is where the stories. Pressure deep draws focus, pulls Neon and the rest of the team away from the fight. All that damage is missing, and Echo knows that that is the entire thing that's winning the fight. He follows through. Yet again, it's the tag team. Pressure in, forces Neon pay attention to him, not do damage in the fight. Echo followed up, gets the kill. There are no cooldowns. Furious Gaming, Grandin, are in this game against Nova Esports.
Pressure in, pressure out. Furious Gaming dancing on the edge. Two dragons over their way. Cloud Drake and Elder Inferno now. Furious Gaming positioning around the Baron.
And whatever you see at the top of your screen, this game is dead even. The Elder Infernal Drake making up for the missing gold.
And now, not looking as even. Pressure fully online. Muzontanyen executing
Huge
through
pick.
the shield. Yami cannot
They can
block
Baron.
the Zed.
They can do Baron off of that. Furious Gaming do the dare.
Stepping forward, Sata a big shockwave, but no follow-up for the team.
Arthur just wants space. He does so much damage in these team fights if he's given an opportunity.
Clearing out wave. What happens here? Echo walks in with the counter-strike to try and pick up the repulse in time. Along loses so much health so quickly. Furious Gaming pick up another in the top side.
Sarth rushing up, was focused down briefly by Yusa, but Long, Neon both got. They could absolutely do Baron. I desperately want Furious to turn onto it. They have 42 seconds for the enemy jungler respawns, and they are kind of wasting this window.
Watches Issa tries to clear out the wave. He wants to prevent Furious Gaming from being able to end things through the mid lane, clear out the waves, stop the push.
Okay.
Furious Gaming, they go for the reset this time.
30 seconds on the respawn of the enemy jungler, and Furious Gaming are taking their time clearing out their own jungle. I do think that is a mistake. They have missed window to do Baron here. They'll have to earn it again. So far, so good. They've done an incredible job in these team fights, in these picks. They're taking Nova toe-to-toe. Here we go.
I'll tell you what, TJ, Furious Gaming at this point have not only cleared up the game, they pulled ahead in gold and with the other dragon buff.
Yeah. Remake.
loses so much health. Look at that combo.
He's dead.
Living Shadow with the shurikens. Takes down the Ziggs again.
Perfectly timed around his stasis. And just silly mistakes coming out from Nova. I think there's a little bit of tilt on stage. There's no reason for Remake to miss his stasis like that. There's no reason for Remake to be that far forward in the fight. Earlier, we saw Long separated from the team in the top lane. You were talking about psychic damage. Furious Gaming doing a little of every kind of damage right now. They're doing it to Nova Esports, one of the best teams in the world.
Absolutely. Watch as they take down Yami. Long trying to dance back in. But this Fiora cannot team
This
fight.
is Baron. Surely. With
With
Yami
two
dead,
on.
with Remake dead, with so much space cleared, they'll go for it. If Long wants to stay in this game, he needs to steal. Kapasiba, the all-star support, doing such a job zoning here. Long, can
It's
he
down
get in?
4,000. The Baron's going down quickly here, TJ. He has to repulse, so he still gets close to the pit. He has to try to jump in.
They're
They
still
steal with the
there!
Baron. Nova Esports taken away from Furious Gaming, but Long's still in the pit. He doesn't have a way out. Not without the rest of his team. He still goes down, but he takes a Baron away.
What a steal from Long! His team needed that to stay in this game, and he delivers against the odds. It was perfectly played by Kapasiba. He read the repost, denied the opportunity to deny the invulnerability, and Long still got past him, still got over the wall, still found the steal.
And it's now Nova Esports' turn. They have the Baron buff, and they need to make good use of this.
A second fucking hollow pop-off. Look at this. Kapasiba plays it perfectly. Long doesn't care. That is milliseconds. That is the only window by which he could have gotten that steal, and he does it, granted.
The accuracy out from Long to pick up the Baron here.
That's the best jungler in China, I think.
Respawning soon as well. Remaking a tough spot. As Pressure will also use Stasis. A beautiful knockback, pulling him back in, but he trade back with the Pressure. Zed going down now. Yami chasing soon after as well. Echo by the flanks. Nova Esports cannot pursue too aggressively.
Nova on the back foot after these fights. They need to be perfect to win now. Furious Gaming have a massive advantage, but by no means is this game over either way. It's going to come down to these team fights. There's nothing else on the map to fight for.
Bring the wave in through mid. Issa as that front line.
4v4, Rusher down. This is a good window for Nova.
makes damage, but strong wave clear from Furious Gaming. Yeah, we start to see something really come online here.
Late game Oriana, this is the danger that the desk was talking about in this composition. You get to late game and that Lucian of Neon suddenly not looking as deadly. On the opposite side, Prussia, Echo, Libra, Sarthur, the whole team, very, very scary in this late game.
So much to be done across the map right now. The Esports need to reset the waves, start to repair things. Furious Gaming as well. You start to see for the primary carries, nearly full builds completed.
Arthur stepping forward here as bait for the rest of Furious Gaming. They're hoping Yeezy will chase.
Next finds me the last finds here. Prussia manages to dodge into the back line. Nearly takes down Remake. He has to start kiting away. Good amount of damage. Kapasiba pops the ultimate. No pursuit from Nova.
Mega Inferno Bomb, the culling, heroic entrance, all spent. Lot of major cooldown down for Nova. Furious Gaming have a beat here, but they don't feel comfortable using it. They're going to play a little further back, catch those waves, keep themselves in this game.
And Remake playing a separate game. How not to United Prussia at this point.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it is hard. It's a difficult game.
Absolutely.
It's like a rhythm game more than anything else, kind of DDR-like.
I can see that. Point being, it is incredibly precise, so fast-paced. The moment you see Prussia in that backline taking down Remake.
And so much of it is how well Furious Gaming are doing to create those positions. They're all on a ward right now, but that's over. But they're doing so much of a good job to create those positions. Like in that last play where I talked about as it was happening, they pulled Nova forward, baited them forward with a juicy Oriana. Said, hey, bet you want to auto-attack this Oriana? Boom, Prussia's in your backlines. Because you stepped forward, your frontline chased the Oriana, Prussia was in a bush, sneaked around the backside. And I get the distinct impression Nova Esports were not ready for a Furious Game who would pull that kind of thing on.
I mean, frankly, Furious Gaming giving us a game way beyond our expectations.
Yeah, this is incredible from Furious Game. This is a huge, huge statement, the WOL for LATAM Esports. This is a massive win, regardless of the outcome of the game. Furious Gaming might still win it. They need one more good team fight. Baron is back up. It will seal the deal either way. Death times are long enough. You only need one good fight.
Second Baron of the game up. You can see Furious Gaming establishing control first. Sure, around corner. Trying to walk in. Look at damage.
Look at how Nova are grouping around Remake and Neon at this point. Neon has built GA as well, so when he dies, he will respawn back into the fight. Nova building around their carries, recognizing the need to keep them safe. Look how many GAs are built entirely to counter Prussia. For Prussia, it's about burning through all those stopwatches, all those GAs, picking off isolated targets in the backline, building time and space for Sarthur to do a ton of damage in the backlines of the line.
Nova does not have vision within the pit.
No.
So they're going to have to use some primitive methods to get that vision.
What's a primitive method of getting vision, Grandin?
You stab the Baron pit with your sword.
That's
like,
pretty. You know what? That's pretty primitive. I'm
exactly.
That's a Garen.
Immediate flash though.
Yeah. I mean, if Kapasiba lands the knockup, that's very scary. He stays ahead of that though, so not really any danger to him.
In fact, it feels like a game where Furious Game is still in the lead. In charge, rather.
Yeah. Look at how Nova are approaching us, right? They have Yami, they use it, kind of building this border, this barrack. That was a mega bomb just for vision, just to see what was there.
Prussia wants to chase after.
Playing so safe. Libra, that's huge in the bottom lane.
A very important situation happening in the bottom side. A fight breaking out in the middle as well. Prussia looking to try and deal some damage.
Libra
starts to walk away, but chased after by Nien. But this is the Baron call for Furious Gaming. Watch as they go in onto the pit. The redemption coming through. Gives them vision, but Itza too late. Remake too late. Yummy too late.
Echo gets
and
it.
Baron goes over to Furious Gaming. The teleports come in, but Furious to reset.
4v5 on the map, they do get the Baron. What could call for Furious Gaming? Recognizing the 2-3 players were shifting out to the bottom of the side map to punish Libra, and so they respond. They said, we have an advantage on this Baron pit, and we will get it.
Here you have Prussia, here you have Yizu. Trading back both teams in a tough spot now.
Forced flash.
Flash away from
They're
Prussia,
coming from.
and they're chasing after slow here.
But he has Living Shadow, starts to dash away, going to go into the
They're
Hourglass.
so far away. He has no teammates
The
out
rest
of the
his
GA.
team very far away. The closest member is going to be Capo Siba. Starts to dash in, but
Oh!
Living Shadow gets him out.
He gets out.
Capo Siba is there. Time to save him.
Capo Zima gets him out. Crusher gets his own self out. And all the while, the satellite turret gets burnt down by Echo. TP now off of this.
Culling cannot clear full wave. Echo starts walking in. They're under the turret soon. Pressure dash in onto the Lucian. Has enough damage to finish off the kill.
Stasis burnt.
But a stasis comes through, but Pressure has nothing left. He is a vulnerable target, but no one can touch him.
Granted, we've watched 30 minutes of Wild Rift.
30 minutes, and Furious Gaming are the closest team now to taking down a WRL region team.
They would be the first team to do it. The first team to take a game off of China on the international stage.
Making a statement piece in their debut matches on the international stage in Icons. Look at that.
They're in the lead now. Here comes the pressure with Baron for the game end.
Oh my
Oh!
goodness! Tags it up, the shockwave. Remake is gone.
And
Up towards the
Remake,
top side as well. Echo's fighting fight with Long.
Remake is shown to the wave clear. Pressure hunting up top.
He knows he can get this kill. Long trying to clear out the wave, just stall for some time. Buy time for the rest of his team. But it's not going to be enough as Furious Gaming set to walk in.
I think
The
they've done
teleport
it,
to the top
Grandin.
side, TJ.
I think they've done it, Grandin. Here come Furious Gaming.
They start to run into base. The shockwave comes in. Nyen's so very low, but he needed to take down Sata. Sata buys time, and Guardian Angel comes through for Nyen. And you have the top side fighting their own battle. Libra coming in. Yami chased out.
They're doing
Pressure
it.
going in. And this
Grandin,
is
they're doing
Furious
it.
Gaming.
Nova Esports taken down by Furious Gaming in game number 2 of this best of 3.
What a statement here, TJ. I just want to say, if we get another situation where the desk is entirely wrong,
Oh my god, look at
It's
that.
like-
Look at that gold graph.
I mean, same kind of thing where it's like, okay, we're hovering around 4,000 gold, because I think that's what the lead was in the last game as well. Hovering around 4,000 gold until the 10-minute mark, but the clip never really jumped off.
Yes.
Like, we were both asking, like, hey, Nova, are you going to push on the pedal? And, like, Furious, are you going to pick a fight? But then we're like, oh, Furious is scaling. Like, so they're fine with this. If no one wants to keep, you know, just kind of playing footsies, that's fine. As you see the damage charts coming on out, it's Oriana leading the way above everyone.
And again, it goes back to the draft as well. You know, the draft in the first game, Furious Gaming went for this early game team com, but they were like, okay, we could beat you in team fights. We can go for this scaling game. You have the Jax, the Oriana, and even pressure on the Zed as well. Zed is such an annoying champion to deal with in the late game. So every single time Remake just walked a little bit further forward or a little bit out of place, Pressure was like, okay, I'm going to go in on Zed. I'm going to go aggressive. I'm going to try and kill you. And there were situations where everyone had to stand around Remake at points and basically become a meat shield because the Zed was just jumping on top of him the entire time.
And what's a great champion when everyone's clumped up and trying to be meat shield?